Hello guys, this is the Philosopher Al. Today's subject will be on anarchism and communism. Now, if you don't know what these things are, anarchism is the complete absence of government within a society. I'll explain that's why it's wrong in a second, but I'm going to go with my first topic, which is communism. Now, you know what communism is. Communism is basically a is a not essentially in political belief, it's an economic belief. And basically, it's when the government has total control over the markets and the financial system itself. Now, there's a few reasons wrong with that. Um, I'm going to do this first, I'm going to do anarchism. So, communism false. In a communism, the wages of all workers in the workforce are the same. So, let's say in a communist country, in Cuba, the national wage, the wage for all people is I believe it's around $10,000 to $20,000 a year. That's Cuba, the foreign exchange rate and all that. So it's actually it's not a decent amount of money, but at the same time it is. But that goes for everybody. That goes for your grocery store worker. That goes for doctors, lawyers. Basically the only person that rakes in the money is Castro. Soviet Russia did the same thing. They had a national wage for everybody. Um, Another fault is that there is no free market in the communism. Um, that that's stupid because when you buy something, you should have ownership of that item. It's not everything in a communism belongs to everybody. And jeez. Um, so if let's say you go to buy a Ferrari for money that you saved up, but your neighbor takes your Ferrari and wraps it around a tree. Now, first off, you might say, oh, well, he stole it. No, he didn't, because you're in a communism and everything belongs to everybody. So when you buy something, your neighbors are allowed to use it. Now, that is stupid, because I want ownership of the things that I buy. And if somebody does something with it, then it's not their fault, and they don't have to pay for it. That's fault number two. And I don't. There's a reason why communism never lasts, because people get tired of the government controlling every part of the economic system. I mean, that's why capitalism's all around better and has survived longer than communism has. Because capitalism has a free market. It is fair. I mean, communism protests that, oh, the bankers, they control the economic system and they're the reason why we're in a recession and blah, blah, blah. Well, that may be true, but that's not capitalism. It's corporatism. There's a difference between capitalism and corporatism. A lot of communists mistake corporatism for capitalism, when in reality, capitalism works and communism doesn't. I mean, you can see that all the communist nations that fell, you got Soviet Russia that fell after 80 years or so. You got all these other all these former Soviet republics that are starting to convert to capitalism. You got China is starting to have a large capitalist revolution. You gotta keep an eye out for that. And Raul Castro's Cuba is starting to convert to capitalism because he has seen the evil through communism. But now I'm gonna talk about anarchism and why I just gotta say it. Anarchism is a very, very, very stupid belief. Government exists to do several things. That's to protect the general welfare of the people and to organize the people in production. is probably one of the most important things. Now, if you cut government out, like anarchists claim, several things will happen. One, disorganization of society and the people. This is bad, because production would stop. People wouldn't care about anything else. And all sorts of violence. I mean, they say, oh, you can set a volunteer thing. Well, isn't the volunteer thing government? I mean, come on, that's what you do in government. You volunteer to keep the people organized. Oh my gosh, these people. Another thing with anarchism is there will be no currency system because the currency is provided by the government and not the people. So there will be no currency. I mean, you could go to a barter economy, which would be better. Well, it wouldn't be better, but it would be more important than the current United States financial system we have right now, the Federal Reserve and all the other crooks who run it. I'll probably make a video about the Federal Reserve in a while, but so that'll probably be the only good thing that'll come out of anarchism is a barter economy. At least things will be worth something again. Other than that, there really is no basis. And second of all, anarchism is bad. With no organization, we have no army. And we have no army that leads a way for another country to come and take over here without a cinch, basically. I'm pretty sure you don't want to be speaking Chinese or anything else like that. If you do speak Chinese, no offense, but I don't want another nation coming in here and taking over here just because we resorted to throw our government out and become disorganized. 3. The government's job is to protect the general welfare of people. Now, most anarchists believe, especially those anarcho-primitivists, whatever the heck they're called, believe that we should go back to hunter-gatherers. Not everybody can take care of themselves. Alright, you got like, I forget what the statistic was, but there's like so much people on welfare, they can't take care of themselves, and anarchism would just not work. I mean, you just think for 5 minutes. These anarchists aren't fooling anybody. Like, they all know that government is a necessary evil. You think our founding fathers wanted a strong government? No, but they knew that we needed one to stay organized. Thomas Jefferson was even quoted saying that humans need some type of restraint or they will become violent. And you can see what happened in Greece. When their financial system collapsed and there was anarchy, you know what they did? They rioted in the streets. They did that for a reason. I mean, I know where these anarchists are trying to get at. I'm not saying that their belief is... Actually, I am saying that their belief is stupid because government is a necessary evil. Like George Washington said, it's a it's a frightful servant but a fearful master. You gotta be cautious. You gotta be careful. But at the same time, with communism, which is the exact opposite of anarchism, we don't need a strong government. Strong governments destroy and kill people. You see that with Adolf Hitler. Basically 95% of all dictators in the world have done something very atrocious to their own people. So we gotta be careful not to give our government too much power. Which is why I don't like communism, because communism usually calls for a stronger government. Alright guys, that is my video on communism and anarchism. Sorry it took so long to get this video out. Peace out.